Hi everyone, Kate here, and today we'll be discussing cold cream cleansing as it was done in the 1920s. Using a face cream as a cleanser was one of the common ways that women in the past would wash their face. This article from The Secret of Beauty and Charm, published in 1923, discusses the pros and the cons of this practice, as well as some possible alternatives. One thing to note before we begin is that the terms cold cream and cleansing cream could refer to a different range of product formulations. Some of these would have been entirely oil-based, some were emulsified mixes of oils and water, and some contained additional cleansing ingredients such as soap flakes. There were also vanishing creams, which were stearic acid-based emulsions. The author of this article doesn't really differentiate too much between these different types of product formulations and uses the term cold cream and cleansing cream pretty much interchangeably. So without any further ado, here is some 1920s advice on cleansing with cold cream. We've already talked about the necessity for the daily bath, but at risk of repeating, I'm going to ask you again to wash your face every night or cleanse it in your favorite way, no matter how tired you are. The habit of dabbing a little cleansing cream over the face, rubbing it off with a soiled towel or whatever old rag is available, is as bad as doing nothing at all. You cannot be too clean with your skin. In fact, absolute cleanliness is the one thing which will regain a lost complexion and keep lovely the already good one. You need a clean wash rag every day if you use them. It need not go to the laundry each time, but certainly it should be scalded and exposed to sunlight as frequently as possible. For the busy woman who cannot look after such trifles, I would suggest the use of the fingers only in the nightly scrub. Lather the face freely, rubbing it well into the skin with the tips of the fingers. Then rinse in several warm waters and finally cold water. The spray, which I told you about in the chapter on bathing, is the best thing I know of to tone the skin and put it to sleep in a healthy condition. You may have to repeat the lather around the nose and chin to remove the grease and powder accumulated there through the day. Whatever method you employ, be sure to cleanse the face thoroughly and be gentle about it. Treat the skin of the face always as though it were the rose leaf you're starting out to make it. Vigorous drying with a rough towel may cause the tiny veins to appear. Be gentle. Pat the skin dry, don't stretch it and abuse it. When you rub upward. To return to the cold cream habit, often the lazy way of cleansing the face, if you have a cleansing cream that just agrees with your skin, you may cleanse your face in this way if you think it more agreeable, but personally, I prefer the warm scrub. You can see for yourself how much rosier and healthier the face looks afterward. Then too, your pores want to be free of cream and powder some of the time, so give them their chance at night to breathe. If you use the cream though, be sure to provide yourself with a clean gauze or absorbent cotton to remove it. If there is any infection on the skin, this smearing habit is abominable. The cleansing cream has its place on your dressing table, even if you wash your face at night. It is handy when you rush in and want to dress hurriedly for dinner, or for any reason do not wish to wash the face before going out in cold weather. It will remove all the dirt and grime of the day very hastily and thoroughly, so that when you powder, you'll be perfectly fresh again. As to whether or not face creams grow hair, it seems to be an unsettled question. I have hunted the libraries through for some proof that it really does, but the best authorities argue that such a thing is not very likely, unless the woman using it has a natural predisposition towards superfluous hair. In that event, you see, she'd have had the growth anyway. It is just as well, though, to remove all the cream left on the skin after massage, for the reason that it clogs the pores, if nothing else. The oil of sweet almonds, or even a good olive oil, makes a splendid cleanser for those who have no inclination towards superfluous hair. The cleansing cream with a mineral oil base cleanses more thoroughly than a cream with a wax base, but the former has a drying effect on the skin, while the latter has a tendency to make large pores, if not all removed. For this reason, the average face is better cleansed with soap and water, with very little skin food applied afterward. And we've reached the end of the article. I thought this was quite an interesting article, and I really liked the idea of using cold cream as sort of a refresher for the face before dinner. It sounds like it would be a gentle way for perking up the face without stripping the skin too much. It'd also be good if you still like how your eye makeup looks, but your face makeup is just looking a little tired. This way you could just remove the areas that you wanted to. Now, I personally use cold cream in a way not mentioned by this article. While I typically don't wear much makeup on a day-to-day basis, I do tend to cake it on for filming, just because it looks better on camera. On such days, when I'm finished filming, I always do a pre-cleanse with cold cream. Whenever I'm too rough with my skin, I tend to get terrible breakouts and inflammation, so I like methods like this for gently removing the makeup before finishing with a delicate cleanser. I'd love to know if any of you use cold cream as a cleanser. I know using cold cream and witch hazel to wash your face was quite a big trend in the vintage community back when I was first starting out, but I don't really hear about it much anymore. I'm not sure if that's really still a thing. Cold creams, of course, have many other uses, such as just as a general moisturizer, and I always keep a bottle on my shelf. If you're curious about how to make your own cold creams, I have a ton of recipes on my channel, and I'll link a playlist down below. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! This video is made possible through the generous support of my Patreon members. Thank you.